Never before have I found this to be necessary, but on a day when I have uploaded not one but two home base report videos slash state of development videos, I think, I am actually recording a follow-up to explain what is going on, and that is what I keep getting asked, and that is interesting to me because, you know, I make these overviews and usually people are excited, but they made a very, very confusing state of development letter that makes everybody think that they just killed Save the World, and that is interesting and understandable, and you can see that I've done it here a little bit. I don't think the game's dead, and I'll explain that right now, really. I don't know how much more of a prelude we need, but I've read this through 3 times, and I've just read it back very, very clearly. So this is kind of something that I'm not going to go too deep into on all of this, but there are extremely important things. Basically, this whole intro is them saying there's been a constant state of evolution. They've been updating it a lot. They have added great things. The front end is the UI. They've made the game much clearer. All these tabs did not used to be here. It was a confusing mess. Goodbye skill tree. I do not miss you. Hero loadouts, fantastic. I even wish there were more of them. 9 are great, but 13, 16, 15 would be great. I just love to switch around those, and I think swapping around your heroes is one of the most annoying things for me personally. Weapon recombobulation, which might sound extremely confusing because is that a made-up word? I don't even know. Let me Google that. And that is, yeah, it might be. Anyway, but my point is that is a very, very old change, and that basically makes you change your perks. Again, that didn't used to be a thing. Now, I know that these are old things. Beast, why are you saying this? My point is they're basically introducing the fact that they have shaped it into a game that they are apparently happy with. I don't know. And that seems pretty final in that they've decided to take it away from early access and they're going to keep it a premium experience where people can, you know, enjoy the experience. But this is where everybody gets tripped up. Development will slow down, not stop. This is what everybody thinks. Oh my god, it's dead. They're gonna kill the game, and then ventures are a thing. They're just gonna run all of our old events on a loop, and then they're gonna walk away. No, guys. read between the lines here. Like, at least with a little bit of optimism. Just bear with me, where slowing down does not mean ending. What I do think is they're not done, because we're hard at work on this new feature that I will talk about in a second. And that is an interesting point to note. They're going to continue slowly, I assume, changing these updates or changing the quests or adding a battle pass type thing, which is what is mentioned down here a little bit. But I also want to explain more on the what is going on side of things, which is right here, something that they probably should have explained further. So if you haven't noticed already, in my title even, I said free Nocturno. If you had the limited edition of Save the World, you got the Nocturno. That is the second to highest tier. That is what I had. It was a $100 version. It was like the $40 base game, $20 upgrade to the $60 Founders, and then $40 more was the $100, and then the $100 extra was the whole $200 Nocturno. If I missed that, again, any information that I get incorrect, I'll pin a comment and try to correct anything. But my point is, the Ultimate Edition people got 8,000 V-Bucks, $80, and the Metal Team Leader pack for free, and that's a $20 pack as far as I can gather. So you basically got $100 worth of extra rewards, and then they upped everybody by 1 tier below you. So the Limited got the free Nocturno. I got a bunch of Founders dailies. I can show you guys up here if I go to the daily rewards. Yep, bunch of Founders daily stuff. I got the 10 extra backpack space, so I'm at 240 now, along with each of the individual weapons. You can see the Deconstructor I've got favorited. I got a Masumene. That one's actually not mine, but I did get a copy, and I think I actually perked it exactly the same as him. There it is. So, well, pretty much, whatever. So, you can see that I got everything that the Ultimate people had, but I did not get the 8,000 V-Bucks. And this is where I think they could have explained it just an extra step further. If you had the normal base game or the normal one, I think you were allowed to, or the normal upgrade, I think you were allowed to pick one of these weapons, but that doesn't seem to be working for everybody, and it seems like everybody just got like a tier above them to that extent. If there's a clearer way to explain that, I will in the comments below, but I want to continue tackling these patch notes because I really think it's important to understand. And I think this is interesting too, where they're no longer going to be supporting all of the cosmetics from Battle Royale, which doesn't mean all of them are not going to be compatible. It just means that they're not going to be doing 100% of them. I don't know if that means some Battle Royale cosmetics are going to transfer over or what, but that's interesting, and they'll let us know because that's just the tip of the iceberg. They haven't even explained that fully. Now, Adventures is where I think this game is actually going to get very, very interesting. So, long-term replayability is what they want, and I think that this could be a lot more exciting than they probably should have said. I think they should have given us more. So, each venture is a new season-long excursion that'll take place in seasonal zones. That's extremely important. I didn't really understand this the first couple of times I read this, but what that means is this Scurvy Shoals and Hit the Road the Road's a special event right now, so I think that this is their new zone, where you can see it's laid out very similar to just a regular zone, where you have different modifiers, and frankly, these had some pretty decent rewards. That's why we've done 5 of them. Decent perk up and all that. You're going to have these special zones that are very, very event themed. I recorded some woofer gameplay. It's a shotgun I'll be covering very soon, where it was all within the zone. If you guys haven't seen this, I streamed it today. I'll link that below for some gameplay if you want it. But that is very, very interesting, where you can see this very, very cool atmosphere, and I think they've done a lot of these. I assume that they've made one of these for every single event. So people always wanted a new zone past Twine, and while this isn't quite that, these missions aren't necessarily harder yet. I'll get to that. But it is something very, very different. Very, very different scenery, new quest lines to tackle. They're going to keep it maybe not interesting to all, but they'll at the very least be giving us things to do. And beyond that, they'll have unique and new modifiers to tackle, which we haven't quite seen yet, but that could mean a lot. That really could mean a lot, and I'm not even going to speculate, but it could be very interesting. And then they want to give you a path into continued progression and fresh seasonal levels to climb, which means I'm assuming they'll be changing this every month, every couple of months. If they have 12 events, which it seems there are in Save the World, maybe they're going to do once per month on an annual cycle, as they seem to have kind of alluded to down here. And then this is extremely interesting. So we'll earn you a seasonal experience, which impacts the levels of difficulty, weapons you find, and the seasonal rewards that you earn. So we're going to be getting special rewards, which I, again, don't think we've seen yet. Seeing as Ventures is a little in the works, as you can see. Reaching higher seasonal ventures will unlock, this is what gets me extremely excited, supercharger materials that can raise the level of the items in your main collection beyond their current cap. Meaning 130 is no longer going to be the limit as I read that. That is how I understand that. So we're going to be upgrading our weapons beyond that? 154 maybe? 178? How far are we going to go? Are we going to be able to up our current power level? Is this going to be permanent? Are we talking tier 6 materials, or are we talking supercharger materials that give a temporary bonus? I don't know. They don't even seem to know. We're going to work hard on this feature and share more upon its release. So not only is Save the World not dead, not only is development going to stop, but it is still continuing, and there's more things on the way. I think everybody needs to get back in their seat and, reinstall your damn games, because they're not done yet. And that's very interesting to me. I feel like they put the most important information in like 2 sentences here that everybody glossed over. They saw at the very top here that they were going to slow down on development, and they just started crying scrolling through this, which is not literally, but pretty close to what I did. I mean, Reddit's having a fucking meltdown. I mean, that's ridiculous right now. So as we roll out Ventures, we're going to be shifting to annual recurring seasonal schedules. That's kind of what I was mentioning earlier, where I think it might be on a 1 month per event cycle, which would be very fast, by the way. If you only had 30 days for each event, you'd be knocking them out one right after another. Like, you would have to be very active with this game to keep up. So I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, but that scares me. Maybe it'll be a seasonal thing. Oh, they've said that many times. Are we talking like a summer, fall, winter? What's the other one? Spring? Maybe that's what they're talking about. Maybe it's on a 4 month, or 3 month, 4 cycles of 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're going to do. I'm just speculating. So this is where they just sort of reiterate that they have a lot of stuff already in the game, and they're just going to kind of recycle it a lot, which is what made a lot of people angry. And they did mention with a handful of new quests, heroes coming in at a slower pace. So they're not done. They're still adding stuff. This will happen by way of quest rewards, event llamas within the event store, as per usual, and then they'll continue to balance bugs and whatnot. And then this is the Save the World packs, probably the first of many. This is a reskinned drum gun and reskinned chick that extends your teddy. I don't remember her name, but somebody in the comments knows. The point is, it's a hero that already exists. However, the drum gun's not obtainable in any way, so it doesn't necessarily count. You'll be paying $20 for cosmetics and 1,000 V-Bucks, which is something I'll probably be getting, because I'm a YouTuber and I like to cover this stuff and I care a lot about this game in general, but okay, I'm interested in how that's going to turn out. I think this is going to be their introduction to VR players, because VR players are already very conditioned to packs, and they'll see a fancy new thing that they can buy inside of Save the World to make them feel special, and a bunch of V-Bucks to boot. That might get a lot of Battle Royale players very interested in Save the World, which could only be good for the community, because more players is always better, because new players enjoy all this stuff. New players are going to be soaking in all this stuff for at least a year before they turn into a bitchy Reddit user, okay? And that can only be a good thing. So I'm excited about that, and we're not done. This video is just getting started. I have a notepad because I wanted to talk about a lot of things. Remember, what is going on is the theme of today's video. So I also wanted to discuss the rad llamas. I've been getting asked a lot. Beast, you put Totally Rockin Out in your video. What does that mean? Can I get Dennis? As far as I'm aware, no. Oh goodness. Did I close my... I did not close my straw polls. Haha. I talked to Discord. Now, this isn't definitive. These are pretty small numbers. Our Discord's not massive, although it kind of is. We're almost at 8,000 users. We just, you know, you can only tag so many people at one time. I'm not going to add everybody. Dennis Jr. became a meme, by the way. This was at one vote at like 44 votes. So this, yeah, I commented about it in Discord and a bunch of people started trolling. So Dennis Jr. is, as far as I'm aware, not obtainable in the llamas. As I said, if that is untrue, I'll pin it below. But from what I can gather, you can get all the heroes that contribute to Totally Rockin' Out in the llamas right now, along with these weapons. Again, trolls, you can't get the Staccato Shadow or the Surround Pound. In fact, you can you can confirm that in the scroll wheel bottom down here. The Staccato Shadow is coming back. So that is going to be from the quest line. They have already announced that this is essentially not in the llamas, so you can ignore the trolls there, you guys. Hot Mix is going to be coming back out in the shop. Desiblaster is likely shop. Staccato Shadow will likely be quest line, and then Surround Pound, I assume shop. Again, these are just my assumptions. I don't know how the Desiblaster, Surround Pound, and Hot Mix are going to be released, but these are exciting ones. I am going to try to remember to make a brand new straw poll for these weapons. Again, I'm already recording Woofer gameplay. I've already made a video on the Beat Blaster, and I've already made a video. Did I never cover the Hot Mix? Oh, I better have. If I haven't, then... Anyway, my point is, I will be linking any of these videos that I've covered. The Surround Pound is another one of those weapons that is a big deal. That is the best Storm King weapon that isn't a sword or the Storm King's Fury. So... that is what I use to beat the Storm King for about 100 fights, and is definitely a must-have. I will make a straw poll down below. You guys can vote on what weapons you want me to cover next. That would be really useful for me and for you guys. You get to see what's coming up. I get to know what I should be prioritizing, and that would be great for everybody. And as well as the heroes, I don't think any of these deserve their own videos. I'm not terribly interested in heroes. I mean, Main Stage Quinn just gives you the wafers, and you eat it and activate Totally Rockin' Out. Like, there's just not as much to talk about. But my point is, to clarify, you cannot get Totally Rockin' Out yet. I am 100% certain, in all of my confidence, that Dennis Jr. will return. You don't just release Rad Llamas and then not, like, the guy that is required to activate the team perk. Because, again, to clarify, if you don't know what Totally Rockin' Out is, you've been confused this whole time, it's a team perk that allows you to up your crit rating by a crap ton for 8 seconds, decaying, and then it heals you upon activation of that ability. And it comes from the mythic hero Dennis Jr., who, if I'm not mistaken, was a quest line, but he might be in the shop. I don't remember. Regardless, he's not in the llamas. So that's another thing. Recurring. Going back to my list here are the other dinos, and I think that's the last thing on our list. So we talked about how this isn't the end, what you got from your versions, Dennis Jr., and the other dinos is another one. So from what I can tell today, you know, from the few thousand people I talked to in today's stream, this new hero, the dino Tricera Ops Ramirez, does not actually give you Blast from the Past. That might change in the future. I really think it should be, but it's not giving you Blast from the Past right now, but the Rex Jonesy will. Rex Jonesy is available in the Hit the Road. He's kind of a hidden thing. I don't know if it's a quest. I didn't even look at my quest, but if you complete any run of Hit the Road, I assume any difficulty, you will get Rex Jonesy. Again, just so you know who you're looking for, we want this guy, big green guy. Yeah, our man right there, Rex Jonesy. Very good hero, by the way. He will unlock Blast from the Past, by the way. So definitely a good get. Blast from the Past is hugely good. Now, Tricera Ops will contribute to Blast from the Past, and what she does is this. The first thing I found out is that you need to go a little bit lower when you jump off, but what she does is really, really nerfed right now, and something I will assume will change in the future. I'm actually going to pull a comment from, this guy right here, if it's going to show. There you are. So, Jeremy, these are his, I'm sure I butchered that. That seems like a French name. These are his numbers. So, 235 seconds to heal you in support from empty, and 78 seconds in the lead. That is redonkulous. That is 4 minutes 4 minutes to heal yourself to full from support. That's absurd. That's ridiculous. And I think the fault lies in the 5-second generation. Healing that amount of health in the support and the lead is just fine if that occurs like every single second or every 2 seconds or something, because that's just too much. I will never be using Tricera Ops Ramirez. I mean, Survivalist is better than that. Campfires are better than that. To just reiterate how long 4 minutes is, that is like half of a defense. If you're queuing an Atlas mission with an 8-minute defense, you will spend half of that defense just healing yourself back. That's ridiculous. A coconut will do that basically instantly, and coconuts are very easy and were very common because I am almost certain all of you would have gotten Crossbones Barrett if you open Pirate Llamas. He is insanely good. I've said this before. I will say it again. I use him all the time. Every time I use Blast in the Past, Crossbones Barrett needs to come along because the coconuts give you about 30% of your health in one eat, and then they heal you at the rate of like 2 campfires. It's a little bit faster actually, so it's insane. Not to mention he gives you 16% damage. That is something I am already sold on before you even talk about how much damage he gives you. So Tricera Ops as of now is useless. I do not see a use for her unless you've got nothing else. Hey, if you're new to the game and you don't have Blast in the Past, use her. Don't let me make you feel bad. She's great. Let her activate the team perk. Should be good for that. And passive healing is never a bad thing, no matter how little it is. But as of now, she is giving me like 30,000 health in a group the one time I tested it. Every 5 seconds, that's not doing anything. That's a forgettable amount of damage. I'll zone out for a couple of minutes and realize that I'm still not even full. So I assume that's going to get sped up, but as of right now, that is my analysis. Like, is she good? Is she bad? She's not good. Period. I'm not convinced that she's worth much at all, but hopefully that clears up a lot. I'm a little weirded out by the fact that this video was even necessary, but hey, it was a confusing and emotional day for a lot of people, and I think a lot of facts got jumbled up in the mix of things, and I wanted to clear things up. And also, at the very end of the video, which is not where I should have put this is something I should have used earlier to reiterate, but I'm just going to sneak it in at the end for those of you who actually stuck around. We have new heroes coming around, and some of them are really good. Who was it? Sleuth that I was excited about? You can see that he, no, that's the Rosie one. Rosie's pretty good too. Noir, I think, yeah. So lefty and righty eliminations can extend their duration by 1 second, capped at a useless amount. So that's pretty good if it was not capped at 10 eliminations. That'll shave off 10 seconds off of a 1 minute cooldown, assuming you're using Happy Holidays, which is not useful. If that was like unlimited, then that'd be great. That would make it very, very cool to use lefty and righty. I still don't think that's enough, but I'm excited about that regardless. Unfortunately, that's after dungeons are gone now, so not really using lefty and righty much, but hey, I'll take it. That's good. And we also have another set of weapons completely unreleased, just chilling in our collection book. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep your heads cool, all right? Reddit is a volatile place. Join our Discord. They're a lot friendlier over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, use code Mista at your checkout. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with a breakdown of some weapon, I'm sure, or something. I don't know. And then...